بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And with you, I want to welcome our brother Rabi. Assalamu Alaikum.
Allah Azzakum. Assalam. Alhamdulillah, great.
Brother Rabi joined us in this podcast. So brother, if you want to tell us something about yourself, go ahead, please.
About me as a job or about personality?
Personality as your part in this video. You know?
Yeah. My name is Rabia Quraish, originally from Syria, a city in the Middle East. It's Homs. I've been in Atlanta for like 10 years and I was in Florida before this. I have a son and the second one is coming this month.
MashaAllah. Allah yasahal, ya Rab. Allah yasahal. So, Brother Rabi, inshallah, we'll start this session for us with the ayat in the Quran. So he will recite a few ayat, inshallah, to give us the barakah, and also there are things we'll always learn from the Quran. So, brother, whenever you're ready, Bismillah.
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولقد آتينا لقمان الحكمة أن اشكر لله ومن يشكر فإنما يشكر لنفسه ومن كفر فإن الله غني حميد وإذ قال لقمان لابنه وهو يعظه يا بني لا تشرك بالله إن الشرك لظلم عظيم ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك بي ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا واتبع سبيل من أناب إلي ثم إلي مرجعكم فأنبئكم بما كنتم تعملون يا بني إنها إن تك مثقال حبة من خردل فتكن في صخرة أو في السماوات أو في الأرض يأت بها الله إن الله لطيف خبير يا بني أقم الصلاة وأمر بالمعروف وانه عن المنكر واصبر على ما أصابك إن ذلك من عزم الأمور ولا تصعر خدك للناس ولا تمش في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مختال فخور واقصد في مشيك واغضض من صوتك إن أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير صدق الله.
So, mashallah, tilawa jamila, brother. Beautiful. So, our topic today is something not frequently talked about, and that's around rights of children upon the parents. So, we always hear that, hey, your parents have rights upon you, which is good, which is true, and we agree with it. We're not discarding that. But very, very rare that I hear people talk about the rights of the children upon their parents. So, as a parent, I should know that, especially new parents who they're getting ready to, get married, and they will have children, inshallah, and all that. They need to know that their children have rights upon them also. So it's a two-way street. It's not one way.
And we need to help the children to be a good child.
Exactly.
مرضيين.
Exactly. In order for the child to be good, we have to follow certain protocols or path to teach them to be good, and then they could be good or not, but we did our part in front of Allah, in the sight of Allah. We say we did everything we could, but we cannot control the outcome.
Exactly.
So, and that's the case here.
So the guidance is from Allah.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now. And most people think those rights, after you have the babies or the children or the kids, but it really is before.
It starts early.
Way before, which is the first one is to choose a righteous mother for them.
Yeah, because she is the mom, and
that's right. If you have a righteous mother, even if the father is not all that great, kids will be all right, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Because the mother is the one that will actually raise the children, especially in their early years, the first years, like maybe up to 10 years, almost the mother is teaching them. The father, of course, has something to do with it, but the mother has the bulk of it.
Bigger effect, yeah.
So, the first step is to choose a righteous mother for your future children. If you're thinking of, a single guy is about to get married, and he comes and asks for advice, the first one will say, make sure you choose a righteous mother for your future children. Don't go looking for one who's beautiful, I don't know, maybe from a wealthy family or from a well-known lineage or something. No.
The priority is, yeah.
Yeah. The Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, فَاظْفَرْ بِذَاتِ الدِّينِ تَرِبَتْ يَدَاكَ. He said, get the one that has the deen. And taribat yadak is not something good. People think it's a good. No, it's almost like a dua upon you. If you don't do this, may Allah make whatever in your hand nothing but dust. That's what it means.
Turab. Yeah.
Yes. So it's not a good thing. So and that's why he said فَاظْفَرْ بِذَاتِ الدِّينِ تَرِبَتْ يَدَاكَ, meaning if you don't get the one that has the deen, then whatever it is you have in your hand will be dust. It's a big deal.
It is a very big
exactly.
decision, choosing the mom.
Yeah. And of course, when we talk about choosing the mother, there are lots of things that we can talk about. But if we say deen, so if she is observant of the Islamic values, from all the 5 pillars, all the way to the pillars of Iman, and then observing or practicing Islam, like she has to be
practicing is a good point, because sometimes we say like Muslims pray, Muslims fast, but what about you? What you're practically doing? You do pray or just believing in praying?
Exactly. So, like, I've met Muslim sisters. I didn't know she's a Muslim. I didn't know. I was asking her, like, from which branch of Christianity is she? Because I was gonna debate with her Christianity. She's like, no, I'm Muslim.
Surprise.
I'm like, sit down. So, because she doesn't look Muslim at all, like no hijab, she's showing everything just like all non-Muslims. So she wouldn't be a good choice as a mother of a Muslim family. So if a brother is asking me, should I marry this sister? I'd be like, no. Get back in your car and drive. Don't look.
Subhanallah,
yeah, it's a big deal. And of course, there are lots of other things, but if we just keep it, as choosing the right mother, and then they can research what's the right mother based on Quran and Sunnah. There are lots of information.
So we say ما عرفت الشر إلا لأتقيه. So we need to know what's the bad things to avoid. That's the best way to reach the good goal.
That is correct, and it's a long list of things. If we can have a dedicated session just for that, and that's why I want to keep it like just headlines, so to speak.
Exactly.
The second thing is choosing a good name for your children, or good names, and what I mean by that is
Patrick and
yeah
Johnson.
Yeah, these are not Muslim names. it's a one thing when someone accepts Islam and his name is Patrick, we say just keep your name the way it is. It's fine.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
that's different. But if you're a Muslim from a Muslim family and your wife is Muslim and then your child, his name is Joseph. Did you know Joe Biden?
Joseph.
It's Joseph. That's a bad fortune. Astaghfirullah al-Aliyyil Azim. So you would have someone like Joe Biden. You want? I don't want to have a child like Joe Biden. Then they also pick names, especially I noticed this with Arab. Non-Arab, mashallah. I noticed they use really good names like Ali, Fatima, Sarah, all the Sahaba names, Tabi'een, Anbiya. I love it. This is exactly what we should be.
Give you first impression about the
Yes.
person.
When you imagine, when you name your child Luqman,
No.
you think he's gonna be a gamer? That name imprints something on him.
كل شخص من اسمه نصيب.
Yes.
He will have affect him.
Yes. But when you name him like a Western name that he hears on TV when they're playing American football, guess what he's gonna be? So that name actually influences his future. So that's why I wish for Arab to do the same thing.
Choosing the name.
Yes.
A good topic. Yeah.
Yes. Arab in America and in Middle East. I have heard of names. Astaghfirullah al-Aliyyil Azim. Someone named his daughter Rama.
What does that mean, Rama, in Arabic?
I typed it on Google, showed it to him. It's a god from India, the Indian god. I'm like, is this your child's picture? Is that your daughter?
Should always research on that before choosing
Yeah.
the name. Yeah.
Before
it's too late.
I think elephant head with I don't know. Like is that? Was it? You need to know before you name. Why did you leave all the names of Sahabiyat and Tabi'een and all these beautiful names? You went to the Rama. Are you retarded or something?
SubhanAllah.
So that's a very good, very important thing. The name will influence the personality of the child as they grow up. When you call him Musa, where he hears this name?
أولي العزم. نعم.
Yeah,
من
in the
أنبياء.
Quran. He doesn't hear it on football match, right? He will hear it on the Quran. He would hear it in Hadith, but not so that's another very important thing.
Choosing the name.
Yes.
Yeah? A biased name for as
Exactly.
meaningful. Give him the
A good meaning to it. And then the next one is to raise them according to Quran and Sunnah. And alhamdulillah, Quran and Sunnah has lots of information about how you raise your child in a way that makes them righteous, inshallah, when they grow up, as they become, adults. Leaving them with an iPad or iPhone is not the way to go.
too much technology and
Yeah.
wasting time. Yeah.
Exactly. We have children. We have some youth. Like I see them in the masjid. I mean, his love handles like following him when he's running. I'm like, what happened to this kid? He's playing games all the time.
The fixed mentality so much.
He's not moving. He's so fat, sloppy. What happened? Why are we not? Why are we not playing outside anymore?
Yeah.
What
we need
happened
more
to our
balanced
kids?
life.
Yes, they have to. They have to go play outside and run and have friends, from Islamic community and play with them and all that. Not just spend the time on electronics.
Face-to-face communication away from screens.
Exactly, and then you teach them not the phone, not YouTube, not Facebook, not Instagram. They're not gonna teach them something good. So you have to be aware, and you teach them, and specifically the mother at the early age. She's responsible for that. She has to be teaching them Quran, Hadith, and then Islamic values in general, stories from Islamic history about bravery, about ownership, honorary. So where they would have an honor, they would be proud of who they are.
Yeah, we're having the best leadership.
Yeah, not go out and hide themselves. Like you name your son Yusuf, but you raise him like whatever. When he goes outside, he said, "My name is Joseph." Oh yeah, he's not proud of Yusuf anymore.
No.
He's having to hide. So you have to raise them.
Dual
where-
personality.
Yes, they have to be proud. I'm a Muslim and I'm proud to be Muslim. Not
Full-time Muslim.
Yes, exactly, full time. Not one day Muslim. Astaghfirullah alayhi al-azim.
After Saturday night, and we're gonna
Yeah.
have Sunday morning different.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And then, what the other right also for them is to make dua for them.
Yeah.
Every time you pray, you make dua for your children.
ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة
Exactly,
أعين.
exactly. Continuously, you always make dua for your children. Do not stop. I know some parents that they did everything right, but somehow their children came out, not exactly according to Quran and Sunnah. But that doesn't mean you give up and wait. You say that's it.
أكيد.
No,
سيدنا
make
نوح
dua. Allah.
said يا بني اركب معنا.
Yep.
اركب معنا في come with us on the ship.
Yep.
It's time to believe. The non-believers are gonna get drowning now.
Exactly. And Nuh alayhi salam did not give up all the way to the point of, leaving in the ship,
No.
in the ark. They were leaving, and he saw his son. He still tried. Of course, his son disobeyed him and drowned with the kuffar, but he tried still.
هداية من الله سبحانه وتعالى إنه أكيد إحنا of course we don't blame Prophet Nuh that what he did.
Yeah.
We blame the son.
Of
And
course.
the hidayah guidance comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He chose this to happen.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Naam. And then education. I have seen stories I have seen situations in front of me where a Muslim family, but the education that their children receive has nothing to do with Islam.
Public school.
Public schools, and they come back home. You can't even talk
Read
about
Quran.
Islam with them. They lost their identity completely. They've been in school for 6, 7 years, 8 years. The longer they stay there, the further they become from
Very
Islam.
scary. I know people, they say like his dad is Muslim, my dad is Muslim. Different.
Yeah,
from
he's
saying,
he would say, I'm not sure.
wow.
Are you Muslim? I'm not sure. My mother, father, they practice, but I'm just not sure yet. Not sure yet.
Scary.
Yeah, big time. And that the reason is public schools or government schools, like they say. Those schools, they serve specific agendas. I promise you, Islam is not one of those agendas. So in fact, it may be the other way around. So if you want your children to, inshallah, be righteous when they grow up, they need to be in Islamic environment, Islamic schools. At least maybe elementary, middle school, if possible high school. And then after that, if they go to college and they already been through all of this, they have the foundation where they can go to a college or something.
We all need continuous learning, even theory. I'm in theories. I still need to learn.
Absolutely.
I mean, we cannot stop at a level and
اطلب العلم من المهد إلى اللحد.
من اللحد إلى اللحد.
Yeah. So you always seek knowledge and education.
But the tool, we need to have the correct tool from the beginning so we can use it in the,
Correct.
as
And
you said.
luckily, subhanallah, these days we have lots of Islamic schools now, and we have online Islamic schools, which is fantastic.
we can use that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because there's, Islamic schools, because of funding and all that, they can't have schools for boys and one for girls. They have to mix them together. They can't afford.
It's a big topic. We should talk about that.
Oh yeah, big time. But the good thing about Islamic schools online, they're separated. That's it. Your child is at home, and they're studying. They study everything like any school.
And the social life is going to be at the Islamic Center we
Yeah, we go to masjid. We on a Saturday night or Friday night, and they play with the other kids and all that. But for education, it's gonna be online from home,
Good resources, pure.
and there are
resource.
lots of them.
Do you want to give an example of the ones? I think in Ohio you said there's a very
There,
good one.
there are a few. There's Bayan Academy.
No.
That's where my daughter goes to. There's Bayan Academy, and then there's maybe 4 or 5, actually more than that. I had the list. I was gonna
It's
do
very
a
long
video
list.
about it.
Yeah.
But also there are on-campus schools like Elm Academy, Hamza Science Academy,
Falah
Falah,
and
maybe
Gwinnett.
2 or 3 more. So, mashallah, the number keeps getting increasing every year. So we have no, and by the way, online school is very affordable.
MashaAllah.
So those who cannot afford on campus, they for sure can, not for sure, but more than likely can afford the online. It's not that expensive.
And the homeschooling is generic. Yeah. Not all Muslims. Not only Muslims do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
even Christians
yeah.
do that because public schools are garbage. There's garbage. It's nothing but garbage. So you don't want to send your kids there. You want to keep them at home, teach them good values and manners and all that. If they go to school, one day they will come home with tattoos or something.
Brainwash.
Yeah. And then, as much as we could, spend on them, meaning don't be stingy and not give them things that they need just to save money.
For the future.
Yeah. If they need something, it's good, beneficial, and you can afford it, Bismillah, go for it.
That's the best thing to invest in family. Yeah. And it's going to be big blessing because Rasulullah was talking about the best money you will spend if you want to buy something for the home or essentials for food and these stuff. That's the best charity.
Allahumma salli wa sallam.
Allahumma salli.
Nah. And that's the idea here is if there's a need to spend on your family and you can afford it, it's beneficial, go for it. Do not hesitate. Don't try to save that dollar. Remember, your children, inshallah, will be making dua for you after you leave this life.
Yeah. Like braces, for example, dentist.
Anything they need.
Clothes.
Yeah. So
education, as you were talking about, that is not going to be free.
No, it's not going to be free, but it's worth it.
It is.
Yeah. And then you will always need to continue to give them guidance. So don't say, oh, he's 15 now, he knows better. No. Or 20, he knows. No. 25. They can be 40, 50. You should still continue to give them guidance. Always. They will always need guidance from their parents.
Not being stingy. Stop giving him advice.
Because the guidance that you will give is based on the time they're in. If they're young children, you will give them guidance on how to do certain things to grow up as righteous people.
Like teaching him the salah and reminding him about the salah many times.
Quran, salah, you teach him manners, how to treat the elders and so forth. And you, of course, your parents and all, your grandparents. And then they grow up. Now they become at a different time where you teach them about how to...
Always we have different challenges in different age period.
And then they get to the point where they're getting ready to get married. Now you give them guidance on that. What's the right path, the right wife to get married to, or the right husband and all that.
To have a good vision.
Yeah, and then after that you teach them about how to raise your children.
No.
So they will always need your guidance. And make sure...
And dua.
Yes. You make dua for them, you give them guidance, and don't think because they're at a certain age, you stop. Do not stop. Continue. And then, and this is very important, you have to be fair.
Between kids.
Yes. So don't treat one of them really nice and the other one is you're rough with. And no, you have to be fair with all of them.
To avoid the envy between them.
Exactly. If you buy things that they need, you buy them all. Not all the same thing, but whatever they need. If it's like, for example, school year about to start, You buy them things that they need for school.
Yeah, equality is not fair.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So you always want to be fair with them, and as we get older, there are people make a big mistake of almost distributing their wealth as if they're dead to their children, and that's haram. Cannot do that. Tarika.
Inheritance. Yeah.
Yes, inheritance comes after death. If someone say, okay, I'm getting old now, and I feel like I'm getting towards approaching the end of my life. Let me go ahead and write these things for this son, put it in his name, and my wife, let me write the house in her name, and my daughter, sons. No,
It's a bad habit.
you have no right to do that. Go ahead.
Even if it's your own
Yes.
money. Rasulullah said, I don't witness when he was dividing because he was asking the Sahabi, his companion, did you give all your kid?
Yes.
Yeah, this was the hadith I was trying to mention. That
Yeah. So
you have to give everyone. So it's a big topic. If you want to give the equality or whoever needs,
exactly. So
how to be fair.
you cannot distribute your wealth as if you passed away while you're still alive. That's not your job. Your job is to go and pass away. There are people that will handle distributing the way your wealth, the inheritance, and all that according to Sharia.
No.
You're not gonna be the mutawaffi, the one who just passed away, and the judge who's doing the tarika and distributing it. It's you have no right to do that.
Because the money will affect the envy and makes the...
Will cause problems. Some of them may not even make dua for you. Like, I don't want to even remember him.
Yeah,
what he did to me, astaghfirullah. So you don't want that happening. Leave everything the way it is, and then may Allah give barakah in your life and all. At the moment when you pass away, there are procedures. There are a judge will handle this. They will do like an inventory of everything you own, and then the value of it, and they distribute it according to Quran. Quran told us exactly how to distribute it.
No.
There is no need for you to bother yourself trying to distribute. That's about adl.
Did you? If I go deep, I know this is a very big topic, but are there like some references about this idea?
You mean about being not distributing the wealth?
Yeah.
There are lots of them. Yeah. In fact, there are videos from mashayikh explaining the danger of doing something like this.
Because this is not our job to distribute the...
There's a story of a guy who did exactly that. He distributed everything like, I'm about to die. He lived longer than his kids.
Allah.
So you cannot tell when you're gonna die. This is something only in the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So
could live more than 100, could live 60 something, or 40.
You may not live to 100. You may live to a 70, 80, but your kids may live a lot less. You never know. It's not something that we decide when it happens. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who controls that. So the other one also, when he distributed everything, he left himself nothing, and then they kicked him out of the house. He cannot do anything.
Yeah.
He owns nothing. Yeah, so it's very dangerous. No.
But it's a good idea also, because sometimes if the mom doesn't own the house and then they sell the house because she doesn't, how to say it, when the dad passed away, I'm just like making an idea. I mean, the mom doesn't own the house and then she has to sell the house, and where she's gonna live. But if he did like this favor to her and give her this house, that's gonna be guaranteed for her.
No, it's not supposed to be that way. He can, but not when he thinks he's about to die. Like, let's say, especially here in America, this is a bad idea.
2 names on the title usually, the vehicle and the home. And
yeah, but if you pass away, the house doesn't have to be sold. It does not have to be.
Later.
Yeah, they will appraise it, get the value of it, and then get everything, a list of all the things that you owned, and then they decide who gets what. Even the value of the house is divided. She can buy the share of the children and keep the house.
No.
If that's what she wants. Or use whatever she inherited and buy a different house and stay in it.
Downsize the house.
Yeah, I mean,
We always have
a house is a house.
thinking outside the box.
Yeah, why? No, I want to have to stay in the same house. It has memories. What memories? It's you're about to go too. So let's not, get hold on things that don't matter anymore.
Yeah, overthinking about, just overthinking about this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This entire life is temporary. It's very short. Why bother with these kind of details? No, distribute it according to Quran, and then use whatever you inherited, your portion of the inheritance. Buy another house or do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, this is temporary life. We should, like, maybe one time if we meet, we talk about next life.
Yeah, there's no need to fight over these things.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to this, or have any questions?
The hadith of the Sahabi we were talking about, who came to Sayyidina Umar, and we were talking about he complaining about his child, that he's not obeying him, and the child was complaining about the dad. He's saying he chose a bad mom for me, was a wrong decision with the characteristic as you were mentioning.
Yep.
What's the characteristic of choosing the mom? He didn't teach me much about Quran, and he chose a bad name for me. It's authentic hadith, I believe, so we can study this hadith. The same concept you were talking about, the same ideas. These are the good things that we should keep in mind about to help the children to be biased children.
Of course. I know that story. Yes. So I think Umar stood with the child on his side against the father, because the father messed up from the beginning for choosing the wrong woman, gave him the wrong name, did not teach him deen, anything, Quran, or so. Umar, I'm think this guy is lucky Umar did not get him with his durra.
No. Stick.
Yeah. So anything else to add to it?
Yeah. Inshallah, we can meet again, hopefully.
Inshallah. We can have a discussion around a specific topic that's part of this one, because each one of them has its own, session. It's a long thing that we can talk about.
I like the one about the next life, because that's the longer life than this temporary life, as you say.
Yes. So we should absolutely, we should plan on a different inshallah session related to a different topic within the one we just talked about today. Jazakallah khair, habibi.
Thank you for this invitation.
Oh, of course. My brothers and sisters in Islam, Jazakumullah khair for watching, and I hope we said something that benefits the community, benefits you all. If we made any mistakes, it's from us. If we did or say anything right, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the tawfiq of Allah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.